is a situation that has become all too real in this day and age. An active shooter situation in a school that leaves the community devastated and asking, what could we have done differently?
Proper preparation and response from both the school and law enforcement is key in these situations, and they continue to update and improve their response all the time. And joining us today, we have two Fargo police officers looking to explain a little bit about their active shooter training and why that's beneficial to all of us. So thank you so much for coming in, both of you. And I guess I want to start with you because there is live shooter training, active shooter training happening tomorrow, and you're kind of taking the lead on this. Is that correct?
That's correct. Cass Fargo Emergency Management is sponsoring an exercise that involves the metro area. Not just Fargo, but West Fargo, Fargo, Cass County, Clay County, Moorhead will be there. I mean, the whole community is involved with this.
So what goes into an active shooter drill? How does that all work?
There's a lot of working parts, and especially with unified response, you've got fire between both agencies, because everybody, when something like this comes into effect, it's all hands on deck. All agencies surrounding agencies are coming in to get rid of the active threat, right? So we've got Fargo Police, West Fargo Police, any other local law enforcement, including Sheriff's Office, ambulance, and then also the hospitals too as well, to prepare for those surge incidents.
And Leon, nobody ever wants to prepare or, expect that they have to respond to something like this. Does that play into, how you plan this and who you get involved in something like this?
The best thing we can do is exercise and get the players to the table so that they can see who else is there. So it's easier to work with your friends than strangers. So if you're all out there working together, it just flows so much better.
And Jessica, we talked about this. Tomorrow you're going to be at a school, but we know from real life this isn't always happening just at schools. It could be at a nightclub. It could be at a country music festival.
Yep, it just so happens that we will be at Liberty Middle School tomorrow. However, an active threat could be anywhere, and we have people from all areas in our community that call about presentations and what to do in the event that somebody were to come in. And an active shooter could be a student, it could be a disgruntled employee, or even somebody of one of your employees, maybe somebody that there's a domestic relationship and there's an issue and they come in with a firearm or something. So they want to know how to be best prepared. So we talk to them on that as well. But this is a really great opportunity for all of us emergency responders to come together, practice our tactics, what we know, how to do it, so that way we're ready to go when something happens. Hopefully not, but if it does.
Preparing for something you hope never happens.
Right.
Exactly. And so you're doing this in a school. School is not in session right now. How do you take into play students being there? Will you have students there?
I'm going to let you.
We put out a call for volunteers, and we're also working with both hospitals in conjunction with their surge exercise to actually impact their emergency rooms. So we have about 70 plus volunteers tomorrow that'll be moulaged and dressed up to simulate those victims.
Okay. And so if you're in the area of Liberty, you should be aware that this is just a drill, because it's going to be kind of scary to see.
Right, there's going to be a lot of emergency vehicles around the area. You're going to see officers in full tactical gear, so that means that they're going to be in their full uniform, but they also will be utilizing our tactical vests and the helmets as well. So don't be alarmed in the area of, Shadowwood area in West Fargo, Liberty Middle School, off of Veterans, and just know that there's going to be a large presence there, but we are just training and everybody's going to be safe.
So important, though, to just continue to do this type of training for everyone to kind of remember how important this really is to know.
Yes, we put all of our brand new officers, that's part of our onboarding process, is we go through active shooter training, response, room clearing, all that. So we do that already yearly, but it's really great to come together as departments so we can see how we work together, because we now bring in firefighters with us. So training together so we are all prepared in the best possible way when and if something like this happens.
Yeah, we all want to think it won't ever happen here, but there's been so many communities that thought that themselves as well.
Yes.
And Leon, do you work then with the schools? Because I know, having children in the West Fargo School District, they do this type of training. And I mean, I've had my first grader tell me where she would hide if they had an active shooter.
We work with a number of different agencies. Through emergency management, our job is for preparedness, so we make sure that all of the players are more involved, and that's dealing with the schools, the business, the first responders, so the state of North Dakota. So we kind of help bring them all together. We help coordinate. So
everybody.
And why it could happen anywhere. It's kind of, I mean, I'm not a parent, but a little reassuring as a parent to know that they are doing this inside of a school, this type of drill and training, so you know your kids are safe.
Absolutely, because schools are a really large area for you to cover and have to clear and to find out where that active threat is. But I think it's important for everybody in our community to feel good, whether or not you're a parent, to know that your emergency responders are training together so that we will be able to mitigate the active threat as soon as possible to possibly and hopefully save as many lives as possible.
Thank you so much for what you guys do and for sharing a little bit today as well. All right, coming up next on North Dakota Today. If you're looking for your daily dose of motivation and empowerment, our next guest has just what you need.